Okay, so those of you who follow me on Instagram at Luna Winters Tarot is my handle. You'll have seen this morning I posted a reel about a dream I channeled last night where a destiny swap occurred. Now I just wanted to go more into this destiny swap and explain what it's all about. And what happened around this time last year is somebody was sitting in a place of the 7 deadly sins. They were allowing envy, jealousy and greed to fuel them, and they were looking at your divine union and it was making them incredibly jealous, envious, and they became manipulative. And what they did was manifest and create a destiny swap. And the way they went about this was by first and foremost talking absolute crap in your person's ear about you. They were speaking lies, you know, they were smiling, but as they talked it was obvious they had a forked tongue. But your person was under this person's spell. They were in an illusory state. They couldn't see what was occurring. Their judgment was clouded. And I'm very much seeing the Two of Swords energy here, where your person became completely blindfolded and they were holding the two swords, you know, hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. And what happened was they were taken into this manipulative place of illusion where they became a people pleaser. And rather than pleasing you, because they were under this spell, they decided they needed to please everybody but you. And so the destiny swap went into this seamless exchange. Now, what happened then was that you were thrown off your divine path. You were thrown in a completely new direction. And in effect, it was a better direction because you went through a place of self-discovery, ascension and growth, where you have now reached an energetic level where you can see everything that happened. You understand why it happened, because also in that moment your judgment was clouded. You were gaslit energetically by this destiny swapper, but you removed yourself from the situation. I see many of you actually moved yourself physically. You moved a distance away. You and this divine counterpart, you've had little to no contact with each other since this destiny swap occurred. And that's because your person is bound. They are gagged. They aren't allowed to communicate with you. One, because the destiny swapper won't allow them to, but two, because energetically they're not being allowed to. But what is happening under this full moon in Libra is this destiny swap is being, reversed. The person who exacted this destiny swap, who spoke crap about you, stole your place, and I do actually feel that they started imitating you. I see that they started trying to dress like you, behave like you. They put in an awful lot of research into you, and they were saying to your person, oh, you don't need them because I can give you everything and more. And your person was foolish because they were under the spell, and they were like, yeah, okay. And off like a rat chasing the Pied Piper, away they went. But this full moon in Libra, it's vindicating you, and it's going to be an extremely sudden and very powerful vindication. And I do feel you have very much taken a back seat. You have been quite impassive in this situation. Sure, I feel in the early stages you spoke your mind. There was a complete, because it was so brutal, it was so callous, this ending. Of course you reacted, because for every action there is going to be a reaction. But since then you have taken this impassive stance of, yeah, whatever. You want to block me? Whatever. Because your soul's knowing is your compass, it's your guiding light. And you know that no matter what, this person is going to come back. Whether they come back for a reunion, reconciliation, or whether it's just a, I am really, really sorry. Either way, they have to come back and make things right. And this is what's happening now under this full moon in Libra. The mask has dropped. This veil has been lifted. That bag that was placed over your person's head as they were hijacked and dragged away, they've chewed through it and they can see finally. And I do feel, I think I channeled this yesterday on Instagram as well, there's been a real sort of Stockholm syndrome energy to your person. It's like they know they've been hijacked. They know they're not where they're meant to be. But you know how you kind of start falling in love with your captors because you get in your head that they've rescued you from some terrible situation, because they've been as gaslit as you were right at the start. And this gaslighting that they've been at the receiving end of has allowed them to believe that you were the bad person, but you weren't. You were actually their rescuer. You were their guiding light all along. And this is all set to be revealed under this full moon in Libra. And it's coming around very, very suddenly, very, very quickly. And this destiny swapper is going to be flung off into the ether. One moment they're there, the next they're gone. It's as sudden as that. And then everybody, it's a really weird thing. It's like suddenly, it's like that game of Kaplunk. It's like somebody's pulled all the straws out, all the balls have dropped, and there you all are, back in that moment where the destiny was swapped and given the opportunity to pick up the pieces and start the game again. But this time it's on your rules. It's being played your way. So whilst this may have taken, I'm feeling for some of you, this has taken a whole year. It's like last year was the karmic year, and this year, year of the snake, is when everything comes back around. And if you think about the significance of the snake, one, in medicine, it's the sign of a physician, a healer. So absolutely healing is coming in this year. But it's also the snake that spoke to Adam and Eve went, yeah, okay, I'll eat the apple. So yeah, you can see how the destiny swap and the temptation aligns with this year, the year of the snake. But what I will say is within a few months from now, you've got to allow for time and space for healing. Your divine counterpart needs to go off on their own journey now of self-discovery that you've been on for the last year or so. They are going to go on that same journey, but theirs is going to be expedited because there's a finite amount of time that they get to come back to you. And they're going to know this. As soon as the penny drops, they're going to know that they've got to ascend incredibly quickly to catch up with you. So I do feel karmic cycles happen in 7. So 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months, 7 years. I feel anything from 7 weeks to 7 months, and your divine counterpart will be back in your inbox or back on your doorstep, and they will be coming with humility. They will be coming offering absolute honor, integrity, stability, respect, all of those things they should have been giving you that were destiny swapped and stolen from you. They are 100% coming back in with.